God bless you, family. I'm a changed man for life. Thank you for stopping in and checking out this video. Thank you for stopping in and checking out the channel. If you are not yet subscribed, please take this opportunity to do so. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you get the notifications when new content is dropped. How's everybody doing today? As you can see by the thumbnail, we are going to talk a little bit about my thoughts on Gil from American Cholo ending the podcast. And I know you guys are like, change man, everybody's already given their 2 cents. Well, I want to give mine because I have a tiny bit of a different perspective than most. And that's because I was actually a guest on the American Cholo podcast. I messed with Gil a little bit. I don't claim to know him well. We have communicated a little bit on social media. Like I said, I made an appearance on his podcast. And he has helped out with some fundraising stuff that I do through my church. And that's where I want to start. I just want to give props to Gil, to American Cholo. One, for always supporting me as my channel has started and started to grow a little bit. I know a lot of you that are subscribed to my channel came across me and my story because of Gil and him having me on his podcast. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm also very grateful, as I mentioned, that he has a giving heart and he is very much about helping in the community and that he has put his money where his mouth is, so to say, when it comes to some endeavors that I'm involved with through my church, through Victory Outreach. And he has actually donated money for a couple of years in a row now to a fundraiser that I do every year. So thank you, Gil. Big shout out to you, bro. If you check this video out, I appreciate you. Um, so let's talk about it. What do you all think? For me, I kind of understand where it's coming from because even though I'm not nearly nowhere in the game of content creation like Gil is, there's been times where I've been like, man, it's not even worth it. This is not what I do full time. I have a full time job. My videos and my content creation is more of just a hobby. It's something that I feel I've been led to do. And I'm trusting in God that if He wants me doing this, that it will get to the level that he wants it to get. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to say that, oh yeah, I know what he's going through and him calling it quits is understandable. It is understandable because I know he goes through a lot. I came across the American Cholo podcast. It's been a while. The first podcast of this genre that I came across was 23 and 1. Shout out to Death from 23 and 1. And that rabbit hole led me to the American Cholo podcast. And I started checking Gil out, checking out different videos, checking out different episodes of his podcast. And it turned out to be different from what I thought. When I saw the title American Cholo, I thought it was going to be like more of a gang type thing or a typical prison genre type channel, but it wasn't that at all. Gil had some really good topics that he discussed. He's had some really cool guests on. And I actually started my interactions with Gil by calling in to his podcast one episode. I believe he was talking about homelessness and the money that's wasted on trying to do certain things with the homeless population. And because I work for a nonprofit that directly assists the unhoused, I felt some kind of way about what was being presented. So I called in. I called in as a guest, shared my opinion. Through that conversation, it came out, that I'm an ex-lifer, that I had done 24 years in prison. And Gil extended an invitation for me to come on his podcast. And I didn't jump on it right away. It was a while. He had been inviting me a couple of times, and we started messaging on Instagram. And he would, always invite me and come on, let's do an episode. And I live about 45 minutes away from where he's at, so I would let that be an excuse to not go. And eventually I did it. Eventually I went, and Gil was super cool in person. What you see on the podcast is what you get in person. Very humble man, very articulate, very respectful, very knowledgeable about the things that he talks about. And it was a really cool experience. And I know that the little bit of success that I'm starting to have with this channel is partially due to Gil, and I'm grateful for that. I know that he's helped a lot of people to either get their start or to get their name out, their story. So I know a lot of people are appreciative. Is it a permanent thing? I don't know. Y'all tell me. I didn't even watch the entire video. I watched a part of it. I watched the beginning part with him and Boo Boo, where they said this was it. You know, they were calling it quits. And if it turns out that the American Cholo podcast is really done, well, then hey, it was a cool run. Very flattered and grateful to have been a part of it. I wish Gil nothing but the best. I know he'll be successful at whatever he chooses to do. He has a full time job, so I know he's not, just looking to do any kind of content creation or social media type stuff. The man has a full time job and loves what he does, and that's dope. If he ends up coming back, if this just turns out to be a vacation, hey, that's cool too. I look forward to him and Booba coming back later on, seeing some of their episodes, maybe jumping back on with them again, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know that I'm gonna, miss seeing him on there, and I'm sure we'll stay connected somehow, some way, because like I said, the fact that he does participate in some of the things that I do in the community, he does a lot of community work, so I know we'll stay connected in that area. But that's just my thoughts, man. Just shout out to Gil. Congratulations on all the success you've had, bro. You and Boo Boo, your whole team there, Chris, with his singing self. Congratulations on the many years and the many episodes of the work you've done, bro. You're appreciated. I know you've gone through things with trolls and haters, and I get it. Trust me. I'm starting to learn that myself, but it's all good. I appreciate the fact that you never let that dissuade you from being who you are and from sharing your thoughts, whether I agree with them or not, whether other people agree with them or not. You were true to yourself. Your intent was always to be helpful to the community. I know that you try to uplift Rasa and push our issues and make things better in your community and your neighborhood, Gil. So thank you. I appreciate that, man. If in fact this is the last of it, salute to you and Boo Boo, to your podcast, bro. You've helped a lot of people and you're much appreciated, man. Share with me you all's thoughts in the comments. Drop a like, share this video, and share your thoughts, man. What you all think? Whether you are a supporter of Gil and the American Cholo podcast, whether you have a distaste for Gil and the American Cholo podcast, drop your thoughts there in the comments. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know what you think. And again, thank you, Gil. Thank you to all the new subscribers I've received over the last couple of days. I really do appreciate you. You'll be seeing a lot more content. I'm really going to start trying to push this for 2025, really start trying to do something with this channel. So I appreciate you all. Jesus loves you and so do I. God bless. I'm out.